So empty. Yes. Alright guys, I'm in the queue. I'm in the queue for it. How's it going, guys? Hope you're all doing well today. I've just come back from the EGX gaming event after playing the 20-minute demo of Sonic Frontiers. So, went there, started up the game, and immediately you're thrown into this tutorial level where it's quite linear, kind of gets you used to more of the controls and just a feeling of Sonic playing as Sonic with this kind of new landscape layout, as it were. I skipped the cutscenes because I've pretty much seen them over YouTube. I don't mind, it's a Sonic game. You don't really play Sonic for story, even if it's Ian Flynn, who is the writer of the comics for this. So, played the tutorial, nothing intrusive, it flowed really well, kind of get used to the controls quite easily. The combat flowed really well, especially with Sonic's moveset. It never felt like it was something that slowed the pace down. Everything was quite speedy, which was great. Especially with like the smaller enemies, which was nice. And obviously you can choose to, you don't have to face them, you can actually run past them if you so choose, but beating them does award you with skill points that you can use to open up more maneuvers in the skill tree. So Sonic Frontiers does have a skill tree, and the first rated level, well, so I'm gonna turn this on because music's up. The first move that you're introduced to on the skill tree is the side loop, which, if you've seen in trailers, it's that bluey digital effect that trails behind Sonic as he runs around an object or an enemy, and he uses that to either blow out candles of fire, to open gates as a puzzle, or to boost enemies up with this wind current in the air, and then continue with combos. And it flowed really well, felt really nice. Because I've seen it done multiple times on YouTube, I thought to use my boost in conjunction with the side loop to get something like a speedy combo, but you basically hold Y while doing it, but then you have to let go of Y when you've completed the trail, and then hit Y again in order to be able to complete the side loop. But yeah, it's a great mechanic, and I would love to see Sonic use this mechanic more in future. I think it's something where it can really change the game, I think, of Sonic's moveset. Speaking of movesets, Sonic pretty much has every single moveset from Sonic, from the earliest 2D Sonic games, Sonic Adventure, through Unleashed, Generations, Colors, Lost World even. Lost World, he's got all the maneuvers that he's had in all of these games all into one. So this is probably the most dynamic that we've actually seen Sonic in his base form. So, which is quite cool. I think it shows that they're really going out to really just give Sonic all of his abilities in this vast world, because he's gonna need it. He's gonna need it. This is the biggest challenge, and I say challenge because there are bosses called Guardians. So you get the Guardians. You get to the Guardians. The first one was called Ninja, and it's this blade-looking enemy, and he was really fun. He was really cool. And what helped, I think, was playing games like Bayonetta, which I've been playing. I've been playing Bayonetta 2 just to get ready for Bayonetta 3 coming out at the end of October. And it felt like I was really playing a hack and slash game with all the combos, the maneuvers, and just the timing. It really feels like that, and I think it blends really well with Sonic's style. So that was good, without him needing the weapon, of course. You know, his combos with fist and everything. So it worked really well. So I was quite happy with that. Then once you complete the tutorial level, you face another boss called Tower. So you face Tower, and he's just this huge, well, he's like, I don't know. There is a thing that he looks like, but I'm not gonna go into it. But he was a cool boss as well. Yeah, and once you beat the Guardians, you basically get these symbols called portal gears, which allow you to access this realm called cyberspace, which is the game's equivalent to special stages, which in this case, it's recreating stages from Sonic's memories, not only from the level aesthetics, but also level layouts as well. And I know that's been a sticking point with the core fan base, because it's like, oh, why are they reusing Green Hill again for the millionth time? But also a case where they're using level layouts from levels that aren't even from Green Hill. Pardon me. Only from Green Hill. The two that I got to play were a recreation of Sky Sanctuary from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and Chemical Plant as well from Sonic 2. I think I was the only person that I saw that managed to get to Chemical Plant, because everyone seemed to be... It was a very casual audience that were playing, so they really wanted to take their time and see what the story was about. So their demo length in terms of gameplay was quite short, but because I'm used to playing Sonic, you know, I can experience the story when I'm actually have the game in hand in my own time. I just want to get a feel of the game. So I managed to get really far. Once the tutorial level opened up, and after I beat Cyberspace, you know, you're experiencing the open world. But back to... So kind of back to Cyberspace. The levels were fine. The control was fine. It's definitely an improvement over Sonic Forces. I would still like it to be less stiff. Sonic does still feel stiff in these Cyberspace levels. But overall, I think it's... In these levels, it's the best controlling Sonic has felt since Generations. Probably even more so. Probably even more so. There's a lot more mobility, I feel, compared to those games, but it's still quite stiff. It's still not adventure fluid, but it's nice. However, when it comes to the controls in the open world, I will say this now: Sonic Frontiers has the best control out of any 3D Sonic game to date. They have finally found a nice balance, not too slippery, not too precise, and it helps because you can actually change your speed, turning speed, your final boost speed through these sliders in the options menu, which is cool. I unfortunately didn't have time to really do that, but I was comfortable with Sonic's natural base speed as it was. So they did slow his natural speed down, which I think is mandatory from him not sliding all over the place, but it worked really well, so I was happy. The cyberspace stages in themselves were quite short. I managed to complete, and again, this could be because I've watched all the YouTube videos and such, but I managed to complete all of the objectives for both of these cyberspace stages, because you are ranked. You do have certain quests you have to do, like find the red star rings, complete in a certain time, collect all the rings and such. But I managed to complete all the tasks in that. I even had some of the staff members and other people we wanted to play kind of be like, oh, wow, he's good, like kind of thing. So that was cool. That was cool. And of course, I'm the fucking Sonic man. And then yeah, over to the open world, and I immediately saw the Asura boss, this giant titan. And I immediately was like, right, I'm gonna go after that. And yeah, that was quite a challenge. I managed to do it before I did Chemical Plant, and as soon as I finished Chemical Plant, then my demo ended. But yeah, Asura was cool. I managed to defeat it in a decent time and everything, so that was cool. Get a Portal Guild, go to Chemical Plant, and then yeah. But I mean, overall, very impressed with how this game has shaped. I think Sega did a real disservice to the game with how it was promoted earlier on through IGN, and you know, it's no fault of Sonic Team. Obviously, they have to answer to Sega, and obviously they struck a deal with IGN to show this gameplay, but context is key, and I think that would have helped it significantly, especially because it was an early build, because the previous, well, then the following trailers of the gameplay and such have greatly improved, greatly had a more positive feedback from people. Like, people's perceptions have changed from it, which is great. And yeah, man, this game, it's gonna do well. It's gonna do well. The queue was huge for it. This will definitely be a success. Even if it's being released the day before God of War, I have to say. Yeah, I think it's solid. They've definitely got something special here. It definitely feels like the next evolution of Sonic in terms of gameplay, and I'm so excited to say that, because they were so stagnant for a while of just the general boost gameplay. They needed to do more, and I'm so excited about that. So, yeah, you know, keep an eye on November 8th, as that's when it gets released. I will be streaming it at some point, not straight away, because I do want to take time and just appreciate the game as it is. But, yeah, this is a good one. This is one of the good ones. This is a good one. honestly, they've done well. They've done well.